Hey folks, Paul from FitNess, and it is episode 2 of FitNess in my diet. See, I got the sound effects in there. Yeah, you liked that, didn't you? Thought so. Today, we're going over chocolate. Chocolate is universally loved by men, women, used during heartbreak, trying to get someone's affection, and just overall eating. Everyone seems to love chocolate. Well, maybe not Charlie, but other than him, most people like chocolate. So what's the big issue with eating chocolate? We all have a craving for it. Let's go over a couple of things here. Number one, chocolate is a very dense food. So that really means that you get very little for a lot of calories. And with it being such a dense food, it is very easy to get carried away with how much you eat and lose track of how many calories you put down in literally seconds. Someone famous once said,
"Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get."
But you kind of know what you're gonna get if you eat too much. Heart disease, obesity, high blood pressure, inflammation all over your body. But despite all that, there is ways to fit chocolate in your diet. You just have to be a little more skilled and aware of what you're doing. So let's fit chocolate in your diet. First thing we'll do, let's take a look at a typical chocolate bar. This is a Hershey bar that has 220 calories, 13 grams of fat, and 24 grams of sugar. This is just for their typical milk chocolate bar. The 220 calories, that you can fit that in a meal, but the 13 grams of fat and the 24 grams of sugar, that's where you'll run into more trouble. So if you were to have one of these typical bars, it will not leave you full. And with that, you get the roller coaster of the sugar rush, crashing up and back down, making you want to take a nap. So what are some things we can do? Well, number one, I would say, do you need the whole bar? That is a lot of calories and a lot of sugar. We can cut the bar in half, or you can go start buying those fun size ones. Maybe you have 2 of those instead of a big bar. And what I would do is I'd separate it from the rest of them, put the rest away, or not bring them to work, wherever you have your snack, I'm not sure, wherever that craving hits. You have your 2, that's it, you're done. The other thing is, I noticed small pieces of chocolate with mint in it kind of give me that satisfied feeling. So that's another cheat code I have. Instead of just getting regular milk chocolate, I do have mint. Of course, you have to like mint chocolate for that to work, but it does give you kind of this finishing taste to it, at least for me. You can try it for yourself, see if it works. Second thing is, can you go a couple of days without eating chocolate? Do you have chocolate literally every day? If you do, I would say, first of all, try to go 1 day without. Sugar addiction is real, and you gotta see if you really are kind of hooked on this, or if it's just something you're doing by habit. And with that, I would say if you have chocolate maybe every other day, try to stretch it out to every 3 days, or maybe twice a week, where you're not always succumbing to the cravings you have. Sometimes you have to fight against that, but again, I would say plan the times you do have it. And also, you can move to dark chocolate. There's at least some health benefits with that. So basically, milk chocolate has sugar and milk added into it. Dark chocolate has less of that. And some of you might say, I don't like dark chocolate. Well, too bad. No. If you don't like dark chocolate, I would start with medium dark chocolate, where the 50% range, where it's basically still like a milk chocolate, and make your way up. The percentage chocolate of the bar, that determines how bitter it will be to you. So the lower the 50%, maybe even 40, I'm not even sure what a Hershey bar is actually, are toward that 40-50%. The more bitter kind are 90. So instead of getting something that's 50, I try 50, and then you move up to 65. If you slowly increase, you'll actually get used to the taste. I'm up to 85%, I think, now. I take 1 piece, I kind of rip it up and put it in my oatmeal, and I really don't notice the difference. So those are just a couple of tips that you can try to keep your chocolate to a minimum, but you don't have to completely take it out. But I would suggest moving to a darker chocolate, at least get the benefit and a little less sugar. So there you go. I just fit chocolate in your diet. All right, I'll be back in another video with a new food Again, if you have any ideas of what food you want to try to fit in and some ideas of how to do it, let me know in the comments section and I'll make a video on it. Peace.